I want to be encouraging, but I also need to be honest, maybe a little brutal. I don't want to hear your excuses. A couple things first. I'm going to put the entire YouTube comment that this all came about from down below. And that way, just to be fair to the person, maybe you totally agree with them, but I don't want anybody to think I'm taking things out of context. And then also, I'd encourage you to check out moneywithclay.com. I offer a podcast on that where I talk about pretty much everything that I'm going to talk about in a nutshell here, but just kind of refuting and providing more evidence based off articles that have come out, news stories, statistics, surveys, all that stuff, which can be found there, which, kind of coincides with the whole, moral of the story of this. And that is, I don't want to hear your excuses. And at the end, I'll kind of throw in the punchline here. But like I said, the overall situation, we'll call it, is down below if you want to read that inventory. Down below, that is, if you're watching this on claytrader.com. If you're on YouTube, then you'll just have to go to claytrader.com to actually see it. But let's get to this comment first, and I'm just going to read a portion of it. That's why I wanted to put the entire thing down below. Just dawned on me, let me set up something here for context. Essentially, I have a video out there, and this person replied to the video, and it was just one of my trading 101. So it's something very simplistic, nothing wrong with that. And they were wondering, hey, I want to get into trading, and they were explaining a few things. And I told them, hey, you know what? In your situation, just get a couple of jobs, because they couldn't really afford. From their point of view, they were just wondering. But from my point of view, they just couldn't afford to actually do trading the right way, because it takes money to make money, right? You need money, to learn. You need money to actually trade with. So what I told them was, you know what? Your best choice right now is just to pick up another job or a couple part-time jobs or whatever and start to hoard some cash. That's going to be, based on what they told me, that was what I told them, to just get a couple jobs. And then this is their reply. Wow, that's incredibly rude, insensitive, and condescending of you. How do you know I don't already? How do you know what my situation even is? But sure, I'll tell you exactly why. I would need multiple part-time jobs to save for even a year of education. Even for the modest of educations. And before you ask, I've done 2 years of college already through Pell Grants, but that isn't nearly enough. You still end up having to ask someone for money, which is bull. Number 2, and even if by the time I'm done saving, tuition and inflation would have increased so much that I would have to continue saving. That's so false, and I'll show you how. Do you seriously think that a part-time job or even 2 is enough to save for college, while at the same time a full-time job at minimum wage? Heck, even a third higher wage than minimum wage where I live isn't enough to live off of? What do you think it's like? I would just work a second part-time job for a few months and then I can go pay for a full year's tuition? What world are you living in? Seriously, think that's how it works? I should probably make these bigger so I can see better. Hopefully you get the gist of things. Basically, listen, a part-time job, it's just not worth it, especially minimum wage. And there's nothing I can do. I mean, why even bother with all these other jobs and such? Because it's just not worth it. And first off, my first complaint here is, and this is, I'm not trying to rip this person down. I'm actually trying to build them up. And that's why I blacked out their username on YouTube, because I don't want people going there and trolling them or anything like that, because I want to try to motivate and encourage. But the first is, what is this person's baseline? What is your baseline? This person's baseline is everything. Minimum wage. Minimum wage. Why are you holding yourself to just making minimum wage? Why can't you do better than minimum wage? Seriously, why can't you? What kind of attitude is that when you just look at things as everything's automatically going to be minimum wage? Well, Clay, if you don't have a degree, or if you don't, no, that's all garbage. It's all garbage. There are so many jobs out there right now that pay more than minimum wage. Now, if you do read below, they mention, well, I was never taught to learn any trades or skills. Not an excuse. There are plenty of examples where the trades out there where you don't go to college will actually pay for you to learn the skill. Again, reference that podcast. I have a ton of information where I talk about, for example, off the top of my head, somebody that wanted to become an electrician. Well, the company was like, hey, we'll pay you to get the classes to learn how to become an electrician, and then you'll come work for us. They didn't have to pay a dime to go learn that skill. So the whole premise of, hey, nobody ever taught me a trade, nobody taught me a skill, you can go learn and people will pay for that for you. And those jobs aren't at minimum wage. They're actually a lot more. Again, the podcast here that I'm talking about in another episode, I was talking about, there are some, essentially in a nutshell, some 22, 23-year-old kid making about $70,000 a year because they went and learned a skill, more in the mechanical section of things, but still. And he had everything paid for. And $72,000 a year is not minimum wage. So what is your baseline? If your baseline is only minimum wage, you're already holding yourself back, in the most. And real quick, and I have plenty of stuff there, and I keep referring back because I realize right now I'm just kind of talking in theory, and it may seem like I'm just pulling stuff out of thin air, but all the proof is right there. But I did want to offer one bit of proof as far as me saying, look, there's plenty of job opportunities, and what you see here in just a second literally was released like yesterday in terms of when I'm recording this video and when this comment came in. So as you see here from CNBC, The Economy, U.S. weekly jobless claims drop to a near 49-year low. Right there, the first bullet point, the number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits fell to a near 49-year low last week. So again, buddy, there are opportunities out there and they're not all, minimum wage opportunities. Sure, maybe you'll have to break a sweat. Sure, maybe you'll have to swing around a hammer. Sure, maybe you'll have to get your clothes dirty, your hands dirty. Maybe get a little grease on you. But there are so many opportunities out there. And again, if you read the whole thing, pretty much throw stuff at me like, what have you ever been through, blah, blah, blah. I will tell you, I did roofing every single summer while I was in college. And roofing was hard work. But you know what? It definitely paid a lot more than minimum wage, and it helped me get through school. So it's not like I was brought up with some silver spoon or anything like that. I have been, I had to push carts in from the parking lot. That was another job I did. Talk about mind-numbingly boring. And on those hot days, pushing in a bunch of carts, not exactly the easiest thing. But you know what? It got the job done. It was creating revenue for myself that I could then, piggyback into other, just other revenue streams and so on and so forth. At that point, mainly just for school and living expenses and stuff like that while I was in college. But the point here, I get it, man. I'm not sitting here talking down at you from a perch that's never been through this stuff. I have. And then you talk about, well, I can't go to school. I can't get enough money because everything, by the time I save up, tuition will rise, inflation will rise. That's such a crock of garbage, and that's the worst excuse ever. In math, I'm going to quickly show you how that works. Now, the one thing here is community college, okay? So I'm not talking about, well, yeah, you got to save up for some small private school that's $30,000 a year. That's not what I'm talking about. Community college, okay? Again, plenty of information up there, or if you want to just Google cost of community colleges, you'll see that, for a semester, it's very, very manageable for just a semester. So it's not like you have to pay for a whole year, which is what this person said. Now, minimum wage, you can do better than that. I know, heck, you can come to Michigan, and if you work hard, I know my brother-in-law, I know friends who are in building, they'll start you off at $10 an hour to just start, learning the trade of building and construction, all that sort of stuff. So $10 an hour. And it would rise quickly if you prove to be halfway competent. But even with this, $10 an hour, and yeah, nobody said life is not easy, okay? So yes, I'm saying 50 hours a week. That is $500 per week. That is $2,000 per month. Now, with some situations, that may be enough to all of a sudden you've just paid for one semester of community college. But I don't know, maybe they're not that much. So let's just do 2 months then instead. So times 2, right there, you now have $4,000 that you could start to use for school, start to use for some sort of pursuit of trading or really of anything. Now, sure, that's working 50 hours a week, but life is not easy. The stuff that you want to get to is not going to be handed to you. You have to be willing to, break a sweat, get dirty, work hard. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And again, this is all just based on $10 an hour. If you're worth a hoot, that's going to go up that much more. So keep that in mind. I don't want to hear your excuses. It's just not valid. And here's the kicker, and this is the main reason why I kind of blurred out this person's information, because I don't want people to, let's encourage, but talking to you, the person that left this, I checked out your channel and I see you posted a few, I don't even know what they're called. Watch me play, watch me game, where like people record their screens as they play video games. So.
It's called a Let's Play.
Let's Play? Okay, Let's Play. Thank you. The camera guy, such a geek. No, oh great, now I offended all the video game. I love video. In fact, I would love to get into video gaming, but I have such an addictive personality that I would become a deadbeat dad and father, and that would be not good. So actually, I do like gamers. But so I went to his YouTube channel, and he's got a couple of Let's Play situations where he's recording the screen of him playing video games. And first off, that's great. He apparently tried something, you know, maybe to see if people would watch him play video games. But what are you doing with your time? How many video games have you been playing to get to the point where you want to at least give that a try? So I really don't want to hear all this woe is me, I can't get a job, there's not enough time, when apparently you're spending quite a bit of your time playing video games. I don't want to hear it. If that makes me cruel, then so be it. But I have plenty of data here to back up my claims. This is the math right here. I guess correct me, I'm pretty sure my math is right there. But a lot of stuff that he was throwing at me can easily be overcome if he maybe takes video games out of his life. So I hope this helps him. He probably won't watch this. I think he's not a big fan anymore, I don't think. But if somebody else is maybe in some sort of mindset and you want to get into trading or you want to get into really any other avenue of life, like I said, community college, great thing. Make yourself halfway decent, and yeah, there's plenty of opportunities out there. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.